help me to bring it across in the manner that you would have it, so that each word that would be said would fall on good ground. Help us to be equipped by your word and mix it with faith. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
So the title of my message is, What Time Is It? Now stop to think about it. That title is probably the most asked question by people.
Yes.
Just today, how many times, Joyce? Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I want to introduce you to my friend Joyce. Joyce Costain. She's, Joyce, you can just kind of wave to them. I know everybody's got it, but she's a dear friend of mine, and my husband is a homebody, and Charleston to West Virginia is just a little too far for him. And Joyce graciously has joined me as we go on this 12, 13-day trip. Anyway, so let me get back with them. So now, we asked it multiple times today. What time is it? Because we didn't want to get here late. That's it, we didn't want to be late. We were 2 minutes early, just so you know. Okay, 2 minutes early. But aren't we time conscious?
Yes.
You know, I mean, just try doing anything without knowing what time it is.
Come on.
So get up in the morning, don't have any clocks, no alarms, and let's see, you can make it work on time? Some may, and most won't. In reality, there's only one answer to this question that I want you to remember from this message. And it is this: the time is now. The time is now.
Yes, it is.
Now's the time. We have our lives to live. If you're sitting here and you're breathing and relatively healthy, you still have life in your body, and praise God, Pastor Carrie, that you're here with us, and quite lively. We have this moment.
Yes.
We have no promise of the next.
That's right.
So our moment is now.
Now.
We have to do God's will. When?
Now.
Now. We have to prepare ourselves for eternity. When?
Now.
Now. We have to tell our friends and family and co-workers about Jesus. When?
Now.
Now. In hospice, I had a client a while back. His name was Bob. And Bob, he was on hospice about a year, which was unusual. Usually it's 6 months. And about 3 months into me visiting him every 2 weeks, he turned to me and said, I don't know where I'm going to go when I die. Can you tell me if I'm going to go to heaven or if I'm going to go to hell? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
And then from that point on, every 2 weeks on my visits, I bring the word. The next thing you know, after he gave his heart to the Lord, for the next 6 months of his life, I brought all my notes, and he learned about prophecy.
Praise the Lord.
I had my computer set up, and I was teaching him all my PowerPoints, and he was taking it all in. And about a month before he passed, he looked me in the eyes. One regret, he said, I have. He said, I didn't know God sooner.
Amen.
He was in his 70s when this happened. He said, my whole life, I never served God. This last 7 or 8 months has been the best time of my life.
Thank you, Jesus.
See, the Bible devotes a lot of time, and a lot of attention to this subject of time. And so we're going to have a few questions, and the answer is going to be in, I like to do things like a teacher, but the question is, what time is it? And we're going to have different answers and different response. So let's turn to 2 Corinthians chapter 6 to see the first answer. And this is the one I want you to really grab hold of when you leave here. This is the one that's the most important today. And in 2 Corinthians 6, verse 1 says the following: working together with him, then we appeal to you not to receive the grace of God in vain. Have you received the grace of God? Yes, in order to be saved, right? We had to. For he says, day of salvation I have helped you. Now here we go, the next word. Behold, now.
Right. Now.
Is that word?
Yeah.
What time is it?
Now.
Now. Behold, what? Now is the favorable time. Behold, here we go again. Now is the day of salvation. Why wait? Why wait? Okay, what I don't want you to do is leave here and go and pound everybody over the head. You know, go to the store and say, hey, do you know what time it is? 5. No, you know what time it is. It's the day of salvation. No. Well, then they kind of blow you off, and I'm going to go back and say, don't you hear me? No, that's what I'm telling you to do. Listen, the Holy Spirit is the one who leads us, who we should speak to, who we shouldn't speak to.
Yes.
But that urgency.
Yes.
What I'm asking you tonight is that urgency in your heart, in your spirit. When you go to those places, do you look around and say, boy, I wonder if these people know God? I wonder if something happened to them tomorrow, if they'd be in heaven or hell. We should care. Because why? When can they get saved? What time is it? Now. Okay, so that's the response. Now is the acceptable time. All things are ready. Galatians 4:4 said Jesus came, Galatians 4:4, in the fullness of time. Wow, aren't you glad Jesus came in the fullness of time? Aren't you glad that we had opportunity to receive him? Thank you, Lord. That's all I got to say on that one. Thank you, Lord. You know, in Matthew 11:28 it says, come unto me, all ye who are what? Heavy laden, right? All you who labor, and I will give you rest. Okay, look around you. Are people out there laboring? Some are lazy and labor, but most people labor, don't they? Aren't they just running and running and running to nowhere? What is Jesus saying? Come. Listen, we can give that invitation. Let's not shrink back. When someone's going through a hard time, let's reach out to them. I was at Family Dollar one day, and I heard a lady in the other aisle, and she was going, and I'm going, what in the world's going on there? So I went over to the other aisle, and here's this little frail lady pushing the cart, and she's in pain, and she's almost in tears. And I walked over to her and said, may I help you? She said, nobody can help me. I said, what's wrong? She says, I have a neuropathy in my feet. And every step I take is like needles shooting up my feet, up my legs. The pain is excruciating. And she says, I can barely walk. I said, well, how about if I help you get what you need and you stay in one spot? And then I got checked by the Holy Spirit. I said, may I pray with you? And she goes, well, I'm not a praying woman, but you can. So I did. I did touch her. Okay, be careful. You get bopped over the head or something. But I stood next to her and I prayed. I prayed to God would just come down and touch her. And she's just watching me as I pray. She goes, do you think he heard you? I said, well, I wouldn't have asked him if I didn't think he heard me. And then she says, well, I feel a little bit better. She says, it doesn't hurt to walk so much. I said, may I help you to get things you need? No, I'm almost done, but thank you so much. You know, and then she walked away. I didn't hear her crying. Now, whether she held it in, I don't know. Whether God really touched her, I don't know. But I know one thing. I felt like I had to do something. And I couldn't do a thing. But he can. Who knows what that seed is going to do in that lady's life somewhere down the road when it's her turn to come into eternity.
Yes.
Right? When it's her turn to give her life to Christ, she'll remember that. And so we have to be ready and willing to give the invitation to those that are out there. Do you know, we teach personal evangelism. The hardest thing to do is give the invitation. That's the hardest thing. People just don't know what to say. It's awkward. You just say, yourself in their place, folks. You don't have to take personal advantage, of course. Just put yourself in their place. Empathy goes a long way. In the book of Acts, it says that the church was added to daily.
Amen.
Stop and think, this might be a little convicting, but that's okay. When's the last time you led someone to the Lord?
Come on.
When was the last time you even shared with them? Now is the day of salvation.
Yes.
When was the last time they did a little study on prophecy and said, hey, you know what's going on today? This is what it's all about. Anybody see it this week? They're putting chips, that company over in, I think it's Washington, Oregon? Wisconsin, okay, it was somewhere up there. And they're putting chips, it's voluntary, is what they said. But I mean, wow, what a door that is. You don't have to know Book of Revelation inside and out to share that little tidbit. You say, hey, you know what? This could be leading up to the end time. All you have to do is get that person thinking. With the help of the Holy Spirit, it can be an open door. An open door. What time is it? Now is the day of salvation, okay? And we see that the gospel has been revealed in the scriptures. It says that the gospel is the power of God unto what? Salvation. Okay, 1 Peter 1:3 says, it contains all things that pertain to life and godliness. Now, maybe the only time, somehow. According to James chapter 4, our life is as a vapor. Chapter 4, verse 13 to 17. Don't say tomorrow you're going to do this, you're going to go there, you're going to do this, you're going to have this money, you're going to buy it. No, no, no. No one is promised tomorrow.
Amen.
If anyone ever has a close call with death, they know that. There's no going back to yesterday either. Right? How many would like to go back to yesterday? Come on, be honest. I had a few things in my life I'd like to go back to yesterday for. I mean, not too many. I just don't keep going forward. But the truth is, some of us would like to undo some mistakes we made, possibly,
yes.
right? So that's impossible to go back. It is possible to do something ahead.
Yes.
Psalm 103. I would like us to turn to Psalm 103. And verse 15. Verse 15 and 16, Psalm 103. And it reads as follows. As for man, his days are like grass. How many of you mowing the grass these days? What do you do? Oh, you're mowing it, huh? Or you mow the grass, and what happens after it rains? It grows again. But what do you do with the grass? What happens to the grass that you mowed? Dead. Okay, just saying. He flourishes like a flower of the field, for the wind passes over it and it's gone, and its place knows it no more. Okay, so what is that telling us? The brevity of life. The brevity of life. This is a reality each one of us needs to recognize. And the older we get, the quicker time goes, doesn't it? So the first response is, what time is it? Now is the day of salvation. Okay, let's go over to Romans 13. We're going to be there for a little bit. Romans 13, beginning with verse 11. We're going to see that word again. And that word, let's look at it. Beginning with verse 11 of Romans 13. Besides this, you know the time that the hour has come for you to wake from sleep. Okay? Wake from sleep. What's it say there? How it is high time now. What's the word there? Now, okay? High time now that you wake from sleep. For salvation is nearer to us now than when we first believed.
Amen.
The night is far gone. The day is at hand. So then let us cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light. Let us walk, in verse 13, properly as in the daytime, not in orgies and drunkenness, not in sexual immorality, sensuality, not in quarreling and jealousy, but put on the Lord Jesus Christ and make no provision for the flesh to gratify its desires. Now, what is the time is it? The time is now. What is it now? The time is now to awake out of sleep. So that alarm goes off in the morning, you want to hit it, right? Instead of waking up. We're not talking about physical sleep here.
Right.
It's not physical sleep, it's spiritual sleep.
Yes.
Okay? Now is the time. Don't put it off till tomorrow.
Amen.
Now is the time. And that spiritual sleep refers to an awakening from a dullness to sin. Have we not? Do we not? Are we not living in a day where there's a dullness to sin?
Oh, yes.
I have never seen so many Christians who say it's okay to drink booze.
Amen.
I have never seen so many Christians that say it's okay to lie, cheat, and steal. I mean, and talk about sexual immorality. We don't even want to go down that road. I've seen young people, a week or two before they get married, decide it's okay to get together intimately because they get married in a week or two. In the church. Come on, what time is it? Now is the time to wake up from dullness of sin. Now is the time to get out of that moral sleep.
Yes.
Okay. Some of you sitting here, probably it doesn't even apply to you. But I'll tell you what. There's a lot of people out there it does.
Yes.
How are you going to do? Are you going to walk up to them and go, hey, wake up, get out of that dullness of sin? Maybe, maybe not. Live it right. Live your life right.
Yes.
Live your life right.
Amen.
Okay? And I guarantee you that when they're hanging out with you,
That's right, amen, come on.
the difference is going to be known.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to be convicted because you know what they're going to do the first thing? Try to get you to fall. Try to get you. Hey, let's go one drink. Legalistic and all the rest of the stuff they put on that. I'm sorry, but what time is it to do this? Now. Okay, you remember nothing else from this message. You remember what time it is. Okay, when you ask that question, my prayer is that that word will just ring in your head, and in your mind. Let's turn on Ephesians 5. We're still on dullness to sin. Ephesians 5, verse 1. There's a little bit here. But you know what? The Word of God, this is what we're here for, right?
Yes.
So, put your seatbelts on and hang tight. We're going to see what Ephesians 5 tells us to awake out of. And if you're going to put that up there one at a time, that's great. And I'll read it from the wall, so we'll have the same version. Okay? 1. Be ye therefore followers of God as dear children. That word followers means imitators.
Yes.
Okay? Imitators. Okay, the next one. Verse 2. And walk in love as Christ hath loved us and hath given himself for us, an offering of a sacrifice to God, a sweet smelling savor.
Yes.
Number 3. But fornication and uncleanness and covetousness, let it not be once named among you, has become sin. So I want to stop there for just a second. personally know someone who was working in a Christian organization, decided that she would move in with her boyfriend and thought it would be okay. She lost her job over it, but couldn't understand why. I'm sorry, folks, but I don't get it. If you are living with someone unmarried and having sexual relations is fornication, what other word are you going to put on that? Well, the man said to her, we don't need a piece of paper to know we're married. God knows we love each other. Give me a break. Come on. Dullness of sin? That's pretty dull. Next one, verse 4. Neither filthiness nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. Verse 5. For this you know, that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man, who is an idolater, hath any inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and God. Verse 6. Let no one deceive you with vain words, for because of these cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. Verse 7. Therefore, do not become partners with them. Be careful who you hang out with.
Amen.
Birds of a feather flock together. I would hope that your light would bring them into the light, but a lot of times it brings the person away. I mean, we're talking about getting ready, waking up now. Wake up, smell the coffee. Come on. Let's not have this person that I told you about. I'm pretty close. I've been working on a relationship with them for a few years, wanting to help them to get closer to God, and I can't even hang out with them anymore. They're fornicating. I'll still talk with them, and I'll pray, and if they want to talk with me, I'll meet with them. But I'm not going to go down to Dunkin' Donuts and have coffee and donut in public with them. You say, well, what's wrong? That's cutting them off. No, that's biblical. It says we don't keep company. It's different. If the person wants prayer, wants me to talk with them, that's different. That's what I do. But I'm not going to spend the time I did hanging out. I hope this convicts you a little bit, because it does matter who we keep company with.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Okay, therefore, do not become partners with them, for at one time you were darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light. For the fruit of light is found in all that is good, and right, and true. Try to discern what is pleasing to the Lord. Take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. You know, if you really love someone and you know they're in sin, you'll pray, fast, follow scripture, and share with them their error. If they don't want to talk to you, so be it. Make sure you fast, pray, and live by the Lord. Okay, because that could be you. Take no part in those works, okay? 12, for it is shameful. Now I want you to see this. Verse 12 says, it is shameful even to speak of the things that they do in secret.
Come on.
So watch what we say. Watch what we repeat. We shouldn't be talking about. It says here, verse 14, 13, but when anything is exposed by the light, it becomes visible. For anything that becomes visible is light. Therefore it says, awake, O sleeper, arise from the dead, and Christ will shine through you. I know it's a lot of scripture, but the truth is this. The night is at hand. We are not children of the night. We're children of the day.
Amen.
And the inference there is the deeds of darkness are done at night. And that is a very true statement.
Yes.
When do thieves usually break in? Usually at night. When are things done that are wrong? Usually at night. We're not children of the night. So, what time is it? Now, the day of salvation. What time is it? Now. Awake from sinful dullness. Okay, awake from sleep. Not regular sleep, but spiritual.
Yes.
And now is also the time, we read it already, to cast off the deeds of darkness. That was in Ephesians. So it's time to cast off those deeds if we are doing that. Now sometimes you need people to help you do that. Sometimes you need people to come pray with you. Sometimes you need to confess those things. By the way, the number one way to stay in darkness is don't confess the deeds of darkness. You keep them quiet. No one's going to be harmed. Well, yes, someone is going to be harmed. The people you come in contact with as well as yourself.
Yes.
And you cannot be right with God and have those things. In Colossians 3:8, it says here, put off anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, and filthy language.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, some of this slang that we use instead of the four-letter word that I want you to refer to drives me nuts.
Amen.
What's the difference? When you use a different word instead of swear, which now it's prevalent. It's like you wanted to say it, you just say another word instead of it,
Yes.
but people know what word you're thinking of. That we need to stay away from. Okay? Abusive speech, it says in that version. 1 Peter 2:1 says, lay aside all malice, deceit, hypocrisy, envy, and evil speaking. So guess what? There's a key word there. Lay aside.
Yes.
Well, God's going to help me. Yeah, He will help you. God's going to do it. Wait a minute. It doesn't say, God will take this away. What does it say? Lay aside. What does it say? Put off.
Put it off.
By the way, put off something is like taking off a coat.
Oh, yes.
You remember that old song? You remember that old song, I'll tell you the best thing. You remember that at all? I ever did do. You girls remember it. I tell you the best thing I ever did do was take off the old coat and put on the new. The old coat was dirty and tattered and torn. The new coat was spotless and never been worn. It's a put off. It's something we do.
Amen.
We. Let's stop blaming the devil and start doing what we're supposed to do. Ephesians 4:22 says, put off concerning your former conduct the old man, which grows corrupt according to deceitful lust.
Yes.
The deeds of darkness must stop. So, now is the time to, what, now? What time is it? Now, the time of salvation. What time is it? Now is the time to awake from sleep, which is dullness of sin. And now is the time to put off the deeds of darkness and put on
Yes.
the good deeds. So now we go to the next one. And that's in Romans. Let's go back. We're going to be in Romans, where we were, chapter 13. And let's look at verse 12. Romans 13 and verse 12. And this is the next question. The night is far gone, the day is at hand, so let us cast off the works of darkness, put on the armor of light. Now, verse 13. Let us walk properly as in the daytime. Okay, so what do we have up here? Let us behave properly as in the day. So when are we supposed to do this?
Amen.
What time are we supposed to do this? It goes on to say, put on the armor of light. When? Now. And if you read Ephesians 6, I'll let you do that on your own. That's the armor. And that's a really important part of overcoming these things.
Yes.
2 Timothy tells us to endure hardness as a soldier. 1 Timothy says, Paul said, I have fought a good fight.
Yes.
So, what time is it? It's time to put on the armor of light. So we're taking off the darkness, we're putting on the armor of light. So now, this is a really good one in Ephesians 5. Verse 15. What time is it? Now, the day of salvation. What time is it? Now, to put off the wake from sleep, put off dullness, right? What time is it now? To put off the deeds of darkness. What time is it now? To put on the armor of light. And wait for the next one. What time is it now? Let's look at this. Therefore be careful how you walk, not as unwise men, but as wise, making the best use of the time, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is.
Oh, yes. Come on.
Now is the time
Yes.
to conduct thyself properly. Well, you know what? Look at the progression of that. You're saved. You lay down, you turn away, you wake up from sin, spiritual dullness of sin, and then you put off the deeds of darkness, and then you put on the armor of light. And what happens as a result? It's just a progression. Now you can walk properly.
Yes.
You can live righteously.
Yes.
Because that's all happening. You can't do this without salvation.
Amen.
You can't. And you can't do it without laying down the old things
Yes.
and allowing the light of God to shine on light. You can't do it. And all of this is happening when? What time is it? Now. All of it is now. We need to be set free from bondage because people are walking in bondage. And so therefore the light of Christ cannot come into their lives. Now, I have, to get that word, now, I hope it comes up. Let's see. Yes, it did. As I bring this message to a close, I want to read to you the value of time and put it in perspective.
Oh, yes.
Okay? Imagine there's a bank which credits your account each morning with $86,400. How many would like that every day? Okay? It carries over no balance to the next day. How about that, Lori? Huh? Allows you to keep no cash balance every evening. Whatever you don't spend, Desi, is zeroed out. How many months? $86,400 every day. Well, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't say no. What would you do? You'd draw out every penny, wouldn't you? Sure. Even if you couldn't spend it, give it to somebody. Help it. Hey man, it's right there for you. Well, all of us have such a bank.
Yeah.
The name of it is time.
Yes.
Every morning it credits you with 86,400 seconds. 86,400 seconds.
Come on.
Every morning.
Yes.
Every night it writes off as lost whatever of this you fail to invest to a good
Come
purpose.
on.
It carries no balance. It offers no overdraft protection.
Amen.
Each day it opens a new account for you.
Yes.
Aren't you glad that His mercies new every
Oh,
morning?
yes. Thank
Aren't
you.
you glad that His compassion is
Thank you, Jesus.
You know, because we fail, don't we?
Yes, thank you.
And He's there to just pick us up. Each night it burns the record of the day. If you fail to use the day's deposit, the loss is yours.
Right.
There's no going back. There's no going drawing against tomorrow. You must live in the present on today's deposit.
Yes.
Invest it so as to get it the utmost health, happiness, and
Yes.
success. The clock is running.
Oh, yes.
Make the most of today.
Yes.
To realize the value of 1 year, ask a student who failed a course.
Come on.
To realize the value of 1 month, ask a mother who gave birth to a premature baby.
Come on.
To realize the value of 1 week, ask the editor of a weekly newspaper. To realize the value of an hour, ask the lovers who are waiting to meet. To realize the value of a minute, ask the person who missed the train. To realize the value of a second, ask the person who just avoided an accident. To realize the value of 1 millisecond, ask the person who won a silver medal in the Olympics. Treasure every moment you have. And treasure it because you share it with someone special, special enough to spend your time. Remember, time waits for no one.
Amen.
Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, today is a gift, which is why they call it the present. Yesterday is what? History. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, which is why we call it the present. What time is it? Now. What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do now? If you're here and you don't know the Lord as your Savior, if you're not serving Him the way you know you need to, now is the time.
Yes.
Don't wait till you walk out that door. Oh, you know, people say in church, I'll go home and I'll take care of it when I come home. Yeah, I'll go home and, you know, preacher, that was a good message. And I've got to lay some things down that I might be messing around with that I know is hindering my work, but I'll wait till I go home in my prayer closet. How many of you ever really do that? I mean, the truth is, we get out, forget all about it, don't we? So if you need to, also, you know what, along with just our own lives and our own inventory of what our lives, what we're doing with our time, it says to walk circumspectly and redeem the time, for the days are evil. And that redeem means to buy up every opportunity that comes our way. Ask the Lord to show you those opportunities He's placing along the way.
Oh, yes.
So that you can answer the question when you look at your watch the next time and say, what time is it? And say, now. Now. So as they play, if you want a special prayer, I'm here to pray with you. If you want some special prayer for anything. If you don't want me to pray with you, that's fine. You just want to find a place at the altar.